Welcome to the world of ham radio. On behalf of Academy of Ham Radio, I would like to share one of my experience, which is the photograph, the one which circulating viral in the internet, that is none other than the late Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi with ham radio. The photograph which was taken in Vijayawada in the year 1990, around 34 years back, in the state guest house Vijayawada. I would like to share the experience how this photograph was available. This is the only one photograph which is available, Rajiv Gandhi along with the ham radio. Whenever we go to colleges and schools, some people, they will tell, we don't have any time to spend about this ham radio activity. The activity which was quite fond of the late Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, how he used to spend his time, how he is fascinated towards this noble activity. I will share our experience with regard to this Rajiv Gandhi's passion towards this activity. In the year 1990, May, a core of hurricane which accepted heavy loss in the Nagailanka, Avinigadda, Koduru, all the places which belongs to Divi. At the time, I was working for National Institute of Amateur Radio, Hyderabad. After completing of our work, I myself along with our colleague, at the time he was the joint director for National Institute of Amateur Radio. Both of us traveled from Hyderabad to Nagailanka, and the en route we have stayed in Vijayawada sub-collector's office. At the same time, the late Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, who was at the time a opposition leader, at the time the combined Andhra Pradesh, Telangana is also part of Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad was the secretariat, and late Sri Channareddy Garu was the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh on that 1990. And Rose Garu was the Finance Minister, Samarsimha Reddy Garu was the Revenue Minister. At the time, the nation was ruled by Chandrasekhar. He was leading a breakaway party from Janata Dal, taking the outside support from National Congress. At those days, a very big cyclone, hurricane core, which wreaked havoc, left a trail of destruction in the Divi Islands, as a result of which all the landline communication was disrupted. There was a very big damage to the telephone lines. A sheet of water was covered, engulfed entire low-lying areas of Divi Island. Not only Divi Island, even Vijayawada was also badly affected due to the impact of the gale winds that was almost reached more than 200 kilometers per hour. With the impact of the gale winds, rooftops were blown away. Even pakka houses were also smashed. And as part of our disaster management duty, we have been instructed by National Institute of Amateur Radio to proceed to Divi Island for establishing ham radio vital communication link. Already some stations were working from Machilipatnam and Vijayawada to strengthen the communication network. Myself along with Sankarrao Garu, V2HVR, late Sankarrao Garu, arrived on the way to Divi Islands. We have stayed for a brief time in Vijayawada State Guest House. At the same time, one information was flashed, that is nothing but the late Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, as a opposition leader, he was going to Divi Island to oversee the rescue and relief operations by himself. On the route, he also stayed in the Vijayawada State Guest House for some time. At that time, knowing about the Rajiv Gandhi's program, we have appealed to collector for the permission for setting up of a ham radio station in the Gannavaram Vijayawada airport. Knowingly, the rules and regulations and protocols not allowing this kind of acts, but even then we have made a trial. We know very well the outcome. Collector at the time, Mr. Rajiv Sharma, later Rajiv Sharma retired after giving his service, lengthy service in Telangana as a chief secretary. That Rajiv Sharma Garu was the collector at the time for Krishna District. He politely declined our request for permitting us to set up a ham radio station in Gannavaram, quoting the rules and regulations. We also know about the limitations of the administration, but still then we have made a trial, and then we have taken a decision. Myself, Sankarrao Garu and Satyanarayan Garu, V2 DSV, also joined from Vijayawada. Myself, we decided to approach political hierarchy. We directly contacted Rose Garu and Samarsimha Reddy Garu, explained them about setting up a station in State Guest House, if not in Gannavaram Airport. That was already some delay in the process, some time was consumed. At that point, it is better to set up a station in the State Guest House itself, as Rajiv Gandhi is also, as per his schedule, he is going to stay for a brief in State Guest House Vijayawada, where we are also staying. We'd like to make utilize of this opportunity. We requested and convinced Rose Garu and explained him, since Rajiv Gandhi is himself a license holder, he definitely will appreciate the efforts of the administration for setting up a radio station. It is an opportunity for him also directly to be in connection with the affected stations. He can get very well first-hand information with regard to relief and rescue operation. After listening our version, Rose Garu and Samarsimha Reddy Garu convinced, and they have given us hardly 10 minutes time for setting up the antenna system, high frequency dipole antenna, for which works for 40 meter, 7 megahertz capable of covering entire South India. At the time, cyclone affected station Nizamapatnam, which falls in the Guntur district. There, VU2 PHR Hanumantrao Garu was operating the station, and other places also like Rajita Garu, VU2 UIC and others were also there. At that time, we already informed them we are trying to bring Rajiv Gandhi in the frequency, but if at all get a chance, Rajiv Gandhi VU2 RG himself directly come and have a communication with the emergency stations already working for that. So everybody was eagerly waiting for that to happen. And anyway, we have been given only 10 minutes time for installing antenna. It is a really testing time for us. In a short time, we have to erect the antenna, dipole antenna, and that to bringing down the standing wave ratio to 1:1. That is the ideal ratio to have reception and transmission in a very good conductive manner. One can easily communicate with a crystal clear signals. Putting all our experiences, we have installed successfully and taken a test trial also. That was working very nice. The equipment was IC735 ICOM equipment, and everything was set ready. In the meanwhile, we have observed the Rose Garu was hurriedly moving inside and outside of the state guest house to know the whereabouts of Rajiv Gandhi Garu. He has to get down at Gannavaram airport. He was accompanied by Dadan Chief Minister Channa Reddy Garu. Both the leaders are going to come by aeroplane, and they are going to land in Gannavaram airport. Hardly from Gannavaram airport to Vijayawada, it may take 1 hour time, depending upon the traffic and some places the leader Rajiv Gandhi, the would-be Prime Minister of our country, he has to some places get down from his vehicle and to greet the people. So as we all know, taking all this time is hardly 1 hour time was there. Hardly some time was consumed. Then we told Rose Garu, sir, please kindly relax yourself. We are going to deploy our ham radio operators from the bench circle, Vijayawada bench circle, to the state guest house. At about 10 ham radio operators we already deployed. They are giving the information from their VHF sets. We are also carrying those days FT209 equipments, ASU company equipment with especially MH12A2B speaker microphones. It gives a odd look, something different to that of any other communication equipment. Normally, at those days, police department are also not having such kind of equipment. It was giving some sort of special look. At the time, Superintendent of Police, Mr. Vass was there. Vass is a very good officer. He was observing keenly. We were busily engaged in erecting the antenna and as well as communicating the other stations using our speaker microphones, VHF networks. Already we have informed to Rose Garu, no need of getting any panic. So please kindly relax yourself. We will at least inform you 5 minutes in advance about the arrival of the leaders, Rajiv Gandhi Garu and Channa Reddy Garu. So please kindly relax yourself. We will take care about everything. After convincing, all the leaders were convinced and then they had some relaxed momentum. and we were having communication network. When the Rajiv Gandhi reached bench circle, from there we are getting for every now and then we are getting the information. When Rajiv Gandhi was just about to reach the state guest house, just prior to his arrival, in 5 minutes advance, we have informed to Rosegar and other leaders, and they then went outside to receive the leaders. Rajiv Gandhi garu briskly entered into the room, and it was quite surprise in his face by seeing the ham radio equipment which was present on the table. Equipment was also on, the buzzing noise, receiver noise also coming, and at the same time some communication was going on in between the cyclone affected stations. Already stations were deployed, they are working, exchanging the communication, and Rajiv Gandhi took some time, and he strictly followed the procedure. When one station is passing the over to another station, in between, he has given a break-in call. He observed very cleanly who were active on the band at the time. V to PHR and V to UIC, noting down their names in his mind itself, and he has given a call. Break, this is the V to Romeo Golf. And it was already, they have been intimated about this to happen. V to PHR immediately responded to Rajiv's call. He was responded like this: V to RG, this is V to PHR. My handle is Pavan, operating from Nizamapatnam. I will give you your report in the next hour. And immediately Rajiv Gandhi responded like this: V to PHR, this is V to RG. Your report is 519. Readability is 5 and signal strength is 9. How is the situation there? How is the relief activities going on? And then V to PHR took the over, and he spoke like this: V to RG, this is the V to PHR. Very pleasant good morning to Rajiv ji. Here we are all okay. And due to the cyclonic storm, our antenna was broken into pieces, and somehow I managed to shoulder it and rectified it. Temporarily, I'm coming on air. So this was the situation. Badly affected all the houses. Tiled houses were blown away, and trees were uprooted, and lowlying was completely submerged under a sheet of water. And the helicopters were dropping food packets. Everything was going on in a smooth manner. He has given a report, first-hand information, and in the same time, Rajita Garu also responded. Rajiv Gandhi explained about the situation. From there, she was operating. And Rajiv Gandhi V to RG was impressed a lot by listening all this communication which was delivered through ham radio systems. All these things, the process when the communication was going on, then late Chief Minister Channa Reddy Garu were surprisingly observing, and then he got the opportunity to see the communication effectiveness ham radios. Later, Channa Reddy Garu, he has given a lot of encouragement for ham radio activity involving ham radio operators, and by providing equipment in times of disasters. Rajiv Gandhi is also very much happy, and that is the occasion the photograph was taken. And if we had failed in our attempt, the photograph which is now circulating in the internet would have not available if we had failed in our attempt installing ham radio equipment in the state guest house, and we would have not brought Rajiv Gandhi to before the ham radio set, and subsequently the photograph now which is circulating in the internet, becoming viral, would have not been available. So that is the story about this Rajiv Gandhi along with the ham radio photograph. And all the administration was also quite happy. Later, the incident, which is still kept fresh in our mind, later administration was provided very good encouragement for ham radio activity, and equipment also, new equipment also provided, successfully taking part in the disaster management activities. So that is the story about this story behind Rajiv Gandhi photograph. With this, we to RDM, Ramesh Babu Arja, signing off, taking leave, 73, bye for now.